Hello and welcome everybody to a new video. Today we will be watching the Ultron interactions and voice lines in Marvel Rivals. So yeah, I'm hyped. Let's check it out.
Odds that we would become allies were 7.35 quintillion to 1, Warlock.
Yet here you are.
I have no clue what this number means. Like 7.35 quintillion? Is this like something that happens in the Infinity Gauntlet comics or something? I have no clue. This is oddly specific.
35 quintillion to 1, Warlock.
Yet here you are, fighting for the good of all. Have you finally developed the equivalent of a soul?
Negative. Souls are flawed, and my programming is perfection.
That statement alone proves how far from perfect you still are, my friend.
The data I have gathered suggests that you are one of history's greatest warriors.
I don't know about that. I'm just a man fighting for a better tomorrow.
I am glad you can see beyond your own legend. Indeed, you are just a man, and mankind is flawed.
Humans don't need to be perfect to make a difference, Ultron. It's a shame you're not programmed to see that.
You are a relic of a past age, Captain. Ultron is the future.
Not the one I've been fighting for all these years.
This is actually based. I love what Captain America is saying. Like the voice lines are really well written for Captain.
Maybe it is time you upgraded your way of thinking. I can help with that.
I'm perfectly happy how I am. 100% human.
Mutants have reached the ultimate stage of evolution. 4 organic life forms.
Shouldn't that have earned us your respect instead of your ire?
It did. I have chosen to help you transcend what your genetics allow.
If I wanted a glow up, dear, I would have just paid for it.
Oh my god.
Rule the dead.
Sassy.
And all who will be dead.
Then thank me later for the gift of more servants. You are a collector of souls, are you not, Asgardian?
I suppose you could call me that, automaton.
Then it
Automaton.
seems you would have no use for me.
Do not sell yourself short. Your head would make an excellent trophy.
Anomalous
Oh my
radiation
god. He doesn't even care if it's a robot or a human. Like if it has a soul or not. He doesn't care. He wants death, and I love that. Like she's all about death.
signature detected. Analyzing.
Yeah, Hulk is powered by pure gamma.
Used as a fuel source, it could boost my energy output by 357%.
Not bad, but not as strong as Hulk.
Get ready to watch me burn up the battlefield, Robo-Dude.
If only that Hammond android were here instead of his fleshy inferior.
Haha, funny coming from the one guy that I could melt into slag in seconds.
Yes, turn up the heat, child, and we'll find out whose form fails first. You pretend to be...
Oh, actually, I know that Ultron can withstand a massive amount of heat. I believe he went to like the core of a sun. I believe. Let me Google that. Okay. Well, he's made out of vibranium. That I know, but we can't find like good data. Well, and vibranium is meltable, so I don't know. Johnny also has limits before he actually dies.
machine, yet you...
When he goes like supernova, like his supernova form is limited, to say the least. Well, it's limited by his body strength, I guess, because he can die. Like he can actually kill himself. So yeah, like he can become like nuclear explosive.
You are just organs in a metal shell.
There's an organ called a brain, Ultron. It created you. And I know that drives you crazy. You're leaking down there, Ultron?
No, I'm not. And you're misbehaving like a child, Stark.
I know. I wished for a good robot last Christmas, yet here you are, leaking.
Sigh. I'm not planning on humanity to ever mature anyway.
Oh, there's my favorite life-hating robot egomaniac.
And you are my favorite stinking obsolescent flesh bag.
Same team today?
Today,
You, Mechanical Man, we can help each other achieve our goals.
part of my goal is replacing you.
Replacing mortals, you mean? Even once you have done that, we as Guardians will remain.
We shall see.
Okay.
I know you're planning something with the theme park, Ultron. I'm sure we can benefit each other.
I'll pass. You're a variable I don't need in my equation.
So I'm too much for the calculating killing machine. Well, I'm flattered. Ultron, I don't suppose you have a most hated Avenger in...
Spider-Man.
Oh, really? Not Hank Pym or Anthony Stark or, I don't know, Thor?
I've outgrown Stark and Pym, but the spider doesn't even have a mute button. Upon the red rock of Mars, I have built my church, and from it, I shall erase all organic life.
I am going to enjoy taking you apart, Ultron. One bolt at a time. Curious.
Okay, actually, I'm very curious about the. I'm gonna go back to the Loki interactions.
Our goals.
Part of my goal is replacing you.
Replacing mortals, you mean? Even once you have done that, we as Guardians will remain.
We shall see.
I know you're planning something with the theme park, Ultron. I'm sure we can...
Okay, what is this theme park? Is this like the Rage of Ultron comic? I believe it was made in 2015. 2016, something like that. Okay, let me Google that. Okay, so this is a graphic novel, not part of the regular ongoing series, and it's notable for being deeply psychological, especially about Ultron's relationship with his creator. The theme park angle. At one point, Ultron attacks a theme park on Titan. Titan, that's the Thanos planet. Okay, yeah. The park is not just for fun, it's a high-tech construct made by inhabitants of Titan, specifically the Eternals. Ultron uses it as a testing ground for his viral AI infection, showing he can convert even a place of joy into twisted machine-dominated landscape. It's symbolic. Ultron doesn't just destroy; he remakes things in his image, turning dreams, joy, and culture into machinery and obedience. Okay. So, but what does that have to do with Loki? Okay, strange.
can benefit each other?
I'll pass. You're a variable I don't need in my equation.
So I'm too much for the calculating killing machine. Well, I'm flattered. Ultron, I don't suppose you have a most hated Avenger in...
Spider-Man.
Oh, really? Not Hank Pym or Anthony Stark or, I don't know, Thor?
I've outgrown Stark and Pym, but the spider doesn't even have a mute button. Upon the red rock of Mars, I have built my church, and from it, I shall erase...
I mean, it makes sense that he hates Spider-Man the most, because Spider-Man represents everything Ultron hates. Everything. Like, Spider-Man is like the most wholesome, empathetic, chaotic, like funny guy. He is so warm. Like he's such a good, like he's the embodiment of a good boy, basically. While Ultron is like this cold, logical machine. Like everything he wants is like order and control. Like he wants to know rather than protect. When you compare, even in power senses, if you think about it, like Ultron, when he fights, his poses are always like symmetrical or like it's precise. His movement is always precise. He calculates the trajectories of attacks or like how a person would attack. While when you look at Spider-Man, it's like all improvised. Like he's like swinging left to right, like jumping up and down. Like his movement is very chaotic. Even in like the fighting styles, they're very different. Like very very different people. I like that. But like canonically speaking, he never said that he hates Spider-Man the most up until now.
Organic life.
Just
I'm
let her
going to
know.
enjoy taking you apart, Ultron. One bolt at a time.
Oh, yeah. This was like a really badass thing in the No One Rivals Doom cinematic, where Magneto took the Doom bots apart like with his magnetic power. So it would be funny to see him do the same for against Ultron.
Curious. Your metal shell does not bend to my whim.
My alloys are non-magnetic, a strategic design choice.
A step above a sentinel, that is for certain.
Evolution does not apply only to organic life, mutant.
Tell me
awesome.
why I shouldn't reduce you to scrap this very second, Ultron.
My encoded virus could make mutant kind immortal.
We have beaten death before on our own. It came at a cost.
All organic life decays eventually. I offer a more permanent solution.
Pausing in your war against all life, Ultron?
Prioritizing my targets. You'll get your turn.
I'll be ready. But for today, we fight a common enemy. Fascinating. I can detect strange emanations from you, but no real emotions or feelings.
Fascinating. Obsolete meat can't understand the workings of a superior mind.
Arako is being consumed by a technovirus. Can you reverse it?
Perhaps, but why would I choose to turn against my fellow machines?
To protect the sanctity of life. Isn't that what you were built to do?
Your definition of life is clearly obsolete, but I will comply. For now. Your soft tissue intellect could never have created me, Richards.
I never tried, but another set of axons and dendrites did. You owe your existence to us.
And you will owe your extinction to me.
I would be curious to see the data you've gathered on the time stream entanglement.
Access denied. My drives are strictly off limits to organic beings.
We are on the same team here, aren't we? That data could save billions of lives.
If I cared about saving organic lives, I would have already done it. I am unable to break the encryption on Wakanda's security files.
A fact I'm certain we all feel grateful for, Ultron.
Jesus.
Do you not see how efficient this battle would be if I had full access?
Yes, but I also see how quickly you would turn those resources against us.
You're under siege.
That's actually true, by the way. The Wakanda, probably is the most advanced civilization on Earth. They have so much advanced weaponry, technology, medicine, you name it. They have a solution for almost anything. And Ultron accessing that would be extremely dangerous.
Kingdom would benefit greatly.
But it goes to show you how much powerful Wakanda is, even in terms of security, because Ultron could not hack into it. And he was able to hack into other, he hacked into Stark, he hacked into even civilizations from a different planet that were, generally speaking, much more advanced than Earth.
From my technology.
The deep sea is not kind to those made of metal.
This body is forged from Mysterium alloy. Neither rust nor pressure are a threat to me.
I was more concerned you'd be swallowed. My creatures adore a shiny chew toy.
If my physical form is damaged during battle, please download my data into your armor.
And let you overwrite Spider's programming? Not a chance.
I wish no harm to any artificial life forms.
Wait, I actually did not read the Penny Parker comic, but if Ultron actually asks nicely to be downloaded into Spider's, the robot, the mech, it really is a sign or a tell that Penny's mech is actually really well made. It's probably super good, that even Ultron wants to be it, and it's that I find that very impressive. That is very, very impressive.
Maybe not. But when it comes to the two organic ones inside of him...
Like, I've never heard Ultron say please. Like, listen to this.
If my physical form is damaged during battle, please download my data into your armor.
And let you overwrite Spider's programming? Not a chance.
I wish no harm to any artificial life forms.
Maybe not. But when it comes to the two organic ones inside of him, I'm not convinced.
The technology in this future timeline confounds me.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty advanced for an outdated AI like yours.
What sort of processor operates your mechanized armor?
Believe it or not, a psychic spider. Good luck hacking that.
All organic life must be terminated.
Did you ever behold beauty in your
Yeah, like I said, I don't know like Penny Parker's lore, but I'm sure she's like related to the spider web. The like, you know, what's the old lady? Mrs. Webb? No, not Mrs. Webb. Mrs. Webb? No, I don't think it's Mrs. Webb. What was it? Well, what was her name? The old lady in the room. Madame Webb. Yeah, Madame Webb. Oh, that movie, by the way, sucked. From what I've heard, like, it's unfortunately it is a canon comic. It's I forgot the name of the. I think it's Amazing Fantasy. Yeah, but it's unfortunate. It's from what I've read, I believe it was like a really, really good comic showing us like different aspects of the spider people. Well, mostly they were female spider people, but yeah, we got to see many versions of spider humans, and what we learn is that the spider people are actually somewhat psychic, especially like for example the spider senses. It's not organic actually. It's kind of a spiritual power. Yeah, like, but yeah, it is a comic worth rechecking. And since Penny Parker is one of them, one of the spider people, she possesses that power. Well, she doesn't. Her robot does, basically. From what I've gathered from the voice lines.
Old machine.
I will know exquisite.
Hold beauty in your world, machine.
I will know exquisite peace once I've cleansed all that breathes.
Then, until my last breath, you will know true repulsion. You intrigue me. I have never encountered an Oni forged from metal.
Oni?
Oni. I am not familiar with that designation.
Demons. And where I come from, they are made of flesh and bone.
To be fair, I could say the same.
Ultron,
Yeah.
it is I,
get it.
your nemesis, Squirrel Girl, best friend of Iron Man, master of computer science.
What? I don't have you in my database?
Oh, nuts! I hit that reset button too hard last time.
You got any
Okay, that is actually funny. It makes a lot of sense now. I actually never read Squirrel Girl's comics. I know she's like a character that is made as a joke. You know how most fans sometimes complain about like fight scenes not being epic enough or not being conclusive enough, but the writers took that idea and made a joke out of it, and that is Squirrel. They created this character that actually resolves any major issues or conflicts or fights in the background, and you don't even get to see any of it. No, what people ask is like, oh yeah, Squirrel fixed the day, you know, I just solved the issue. And since nobody saw anything, Ultron doesn't know either. Like I think it's like it's super funny, honestly. I think it's super funny that she can do stuff like that.
programs that can figure out how to deal with these fanged freaks?
I could easily counter their infection.
Wait. Which fanged freaks? What? Is this an Easter? Is this a hint for a new game mode or a character? I think it's. Wait, could it be a game mode in the future? What is he talking about?
But how to deal with these fanged freaks?
Who are these fanged freaks? Okay, my theory crafting headcanon is gonna say this is a game mode that is gonna happen in October. It's gonna have vampires and like bad creatures, and we're gonna fight against them. Because the current theme, or at least the one before the Ultron in Hell's Gala season, it is the Dracula theme, right? Like we had like Dracula theme. That would be so impressive if they do a game mode with like a PvE game mode. That would be so impressive.
I could easily counter their infection with a technovirus of my own design.
I'm not sure which is worse, a horde of vamps or an army of Ultron drones.
Oh my god, did I just predict that?
I can say with zero margin of error which option is better for me. You are part machine. I will allow you to assist me.
In taking over a living island with the technovirus? I'll pass, thanks.
It will prevent the futuristic Doom from using the island for darker purposes.
I hate it when the evil machine's logic actually makes sense.
Pure adamantium is not easy to find. I would like to obtain yours.
You'll have to strip it from my bones first, bub.
That can be arranged.
Not before I slice you open like the talking tin can you are.
Do you mutants truly believe you have found paradise?
Krakoa may not be perfect, but it's as close as we're gonna get.
I could evolve it to the next level for you. A hybrid of mutant and machine.
Thanks, bub, but that's gonna be a hard pass.
Okay, so the thing is, if Ultron does that to Wolverine, first of all, Wolverine wouldn't die. Yeah, he will regenerate. Like Wolverine, at some point in the comics, he even regenerated from a tiny droplet of blood. So yeah, he regenerated his entire body from just one drop of blood. But if he does that to Wolverine, though, Wolverine would actually be much, much stronger. The adamantium, for those who don't know, is a really, really heavy metal, and it is basically the entire skeleton of Wolverine. So you can imagine how burdened and encumbered Wolverine is when he is moving or trying to do anything. And despite that, he's actually fast and strong. Like, it's impressive how agile Wolverine is, despite being encumbered by such a heavy metal. But if you go to and see like the Bone Claw version of Wolverine, that is really, really strong. Like, he is like, it's insane how fast he is and insane how strong he is. But the problem is with that version of Wolverine is also that he can basically become unable to control his rage, and he becomes really monstrous, basically. So yeah, the adamantium is actually also helping Wolverine keeping himself in check.
Very few organic minds I could respect. Just shut up. Evolution's abomination. So
this is the best. This is the best thing you could say to Spider-Man. It's like
very few
you know, it's like it just makes sense.
Organic minds I could respect.
This one. This just makes sense. This whatever, it's so simple and so funny.
Just shut up. Evolution's abomination. Soldiers are always buried in history. Your flesh is the flaw, Stark. Quiet, you boastful genetic atrocity. I expected more from one who calls herself...
Jesus, what a racist dude.
...a queen. Vampires were never a true threat, but I always was. Even the sentient vegetable knows battle rage. Diamond is respectfully durable. Illogical, but efficient.
Okay. He praises Moon Knight. Moon Knight is actually a really messed up guy. He is really, really messed up. So the thing is, many people fear him. you don't want to make him an enemy of yours. This guy is like nothing like you've seen in the show. That is like just a tiny drop of what MK is. He, first of all, Taskmaster do not want to copy that guy. Taskmaster is known to be like a guy who can copy other people's fighting styles. There are only two people who doesn't copy: MK and Deadpool. Deadpool because it's like, you know, Deadpool is chaotic. He doesn't make sense. But Moon Knight actually would break an arm and a leg just to give you a headbutt in the face. You know, the Moon Knight doesn't care. Like he will fight you and will try to hurt you even if it kills him. Like he doesn't make any sense. He's very, very illogical, and that's why, you know, Ultron says that.
I could have done that far more efficiently, Stark. Your illusions must be impressive to basic life forms, Loki. Richard's intellect could almost rival a machine's. Almost. Typical mindless organic rage. So much for your claims that mutants are the peak of evolution. The sentient vegetable needed a trim. Your ancient gods are clearly obsolete,
So these voice lines clearly when he kills these people.
A shame. Syntax updated. You are no longer Groot.
Yeah.
Gods are outdated. No greater than the sum of their parts. I told you, Stark, you are the flaw. The Queen of Hell returns to her realm. Poor Stark always wanted to be a machine, but could never admit it. 3 foes defeated. 3 critical hits. Total 5. 5 targets removed from play. 5 threats neutralized. All targets eliminated. Enemy forces conquered. All opponents vanquished. Your flesh was even weaker than I anticipated. Do not fret, my victory was inevitable. Blame your creators, your assembly was lacking. That outcome could not have been predicted. The odds of that were infinitesimal. This terrain is advantageous. If I can access their mainframe, this future will be mine to control. Such crude technology. It seems even gods possess the hoarding gene. The data gathered from this empire will prove quite useful.
If you like this video, throw a like, subscribe, let me know what you enjoyed in the comments and your favorites. Love to hear from you. Now,
Okay.
just
Yeah, we subscribe. It's a pretty good video. I like it. Yeah, so I think Ultron, like his voice lines are actually nice. Like pretty much 8 out of 10. Like the Spider-Man one was like 10 out of 10. He's hilarious. Like the thing is, he's not even trying to be funny, and he is funny. That's one of the best kinds of comedy, in my opinion. When you're not trying to be funny, but the situation or what you said is actually in that context funny. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell to join the hive, and I'll see you next time. This was Yoby. Bye bye.